Now the first question says write in terms of Q. Now when you see a question like this, what should come to your mind is which operations of mathematics should you use? You can use let's say cross multiplying, you can say squaring or using roots or division or multiplication. Any operation can go. So it's just for you to be smart and know how to go about it. Now let's begin. Of x over y is equal to p plus 3q over q minus 3p. Now the operation I can do here, I can choose to cross multiply this value, having in mind q. Q is my main target because it is what I want to make the subject of the formula. Now when I'm cross multiplying, x is going to multiply here, x bracket q minus 3p. You know this bracket means multiplication, which is equal to, this one is going to multiply this one here. You have y bracket p plus 3q. So that when you now open the bracket, you are going to have x times q give you sq minus x times 3p give us 3xp, which is equal to, you come to the right hand side, y times p, yp plus y times 3q will give us 3qy. Now at this point, I'll bear in mind that what I want to make the subject is still q. So this q is already here. I want to bring another, I'll collect the next variable that has q, which is plus 3qy. I'll bring it to the left hand side. It will change from positive to negative. So I'm going to have xq. Plus coming to the left is going to be minus, and I have 3qy, which is equal to yp. Now this value is going to come to the right hand side because I don't need them. I'm watching my q that I need. So I'm going to have this minus 3xp is going to become plus 3xp. That is to the right hand side. Since q is here and q is here, I can just say let me factor out. To factor out means to pick out what is common. Now q is common here, brackets. Once you are factoring out, you use a bracket to show that you are taking out what is common. Now q is going to divide q here, x is going to remain minus, q is going to divide q here as well, 3y is going to remain, which is equal to yp plus 3xp. Now at this point, q is multiplying x minus 3y. Now I don't need x minus 3y. I'll now tell myself, what do I need to do so that x minus 3y is going to cancel out? I'll just simply, since it is being multiplied, I'll say what is the opposite of multiplication or the inverse of multiplication? It is what? Division. So I'm going to divide both sides by x minus 3y here, divided by x minus 3y. Remember in the equation, whatever you do to the left hand side, you do to the right hand side. So x minus 3y is going to cancel out x minus 3y. Now q is going to be equal to yp plus 3xp over x minus 3y. Now for number 2, I have r is equal to cube root of 3hb to the power of 2 over 4 pi. Now they said write in terms of b. That means make b the subject of the formula. So you start watching your b. B is in the right hand side of the equation, and the right hand side is being covered by a root symbol. Now this is cube root. When you see 3 in root sign, it means cube root. Now you tell yourself, what do I need to do so that this root sign is going to leave this part of the equation? Remember that the opposite or the inverse of root is what? Powers. So I'm going to take the cube of both sides, or I can say I'll take both sides to the power of 3, since the opposite or the inverse of roots is power. I'll now have r to the power of 3 is equal to cube root of 3hb squared over 4 pi, all to the power of 3. So that power 3 will cancel root 3. Remember I told you that power is the inverse of roots. inverse or opposite, they mean the same thing. Now you can see that power has cancelled roots. This 3hb squared is going to remain. So I have that r to the power of 3 is equal to 3hb squared over 4 pi. Now it is looking even more easier for us to get our b. Now the next operation I can do, I can choose to say, let me now cross multiply. Just put over 1 here, because when you have r to the power of 3 over 1, it will still become r to the power of 3. So that when I cross multiply, let this one come first because b is in this side. So 3hb squared to times 1 is going to be 3hb squared, which is equal to 4 pi multiply here will become 4 pi r to the power of 3. Now it is getting even easier. Now 3h is multiplying b to the power of 2. What I need is the b. So I need to take out anything that is in the way of b. Now I'll now tell myself, what do I need to take out the 3h? It is simply going to be divide both sides by 3h. Divided by 3h, divided by 3h. Because since 3h is multiplying this value, the inverse of multiplication or the opposite of multiplication is what? Division. So dividing both sides by 3. So 3h is going to cancel 3h. B squared is going to be equal to 4 pi r to the power of 3 over 3h. Take the square root of both sides so that power 2 will cancel roots. I now have that b is equal to square root of 4 pi r to the power of 3 over 3h. And this is the final answer. Okay, now this is the exercise that I've set now. I want you to attempt this one. Solve it. Make G the subject of the formula. Once you get it, you send me your result in the comment section. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye bye.